All right, so the final dump just happened. I don't want to hit you guys with like a 1.5 hour review. I'm gonna try and make this quick, maybe talking about each card like 30 seconds to a minute. God, that's still gonna be long. I'm gonna skip cards that are really boring. This is my first time seeing a lot of these. I'm probably not gonna think of all the different possibilities or all the different scenarios they could be used in. So I'm sorry about that. This is my first time seeing them, some of them, most of them. All right, we got Paladin here, Shield of Honor. This is a split between Warrior Paladin, 1 mana, give it damage minion, +3 attack, and Divine Shield. Holy shit. Yo, my god. It's like Rampage, but half the cost, and doesn't give the health, but instead gives it Divine Shield, which is better in many situations. And in Paladin, it works with Liadrin, right? So that's pretty solid. If you're playing some sort of Enrage Warrior, I could see this getting some action. Could be very aggressive, could put out a ton of damage. I feel like a lot of these are just 3 stars, man, just okay. We got Judicious Junior, a 6 mana 4/9 with lifesteal. That's a lot of health. And it's got lifesteal. Do you actually run this thing? I don't think you actually run this thing. I'd rather run a minion and run Lightforge Blessing personally, but this isn't bad stats. Decent value, especially considering it has the lifesteal. You can buff it up with Librams. I'm gonna give this 2 stars. I don't think anyone's actually gonna run this. If you generate it randomly from your Lightforged Crusader, I think it is, the one that gives you 5 cards, if you're pure, you'll be happy to have that. You can throw it out on later turns and it'll be just fine. Very, very defensive, giving you that lifesteal. We got Wave of Apathy. 1 mana, split between Paladin and Priest. Set the attack of all enemy minions to 1 until your next turn. Wow, this is pretty good, right? This allows you to get very efficient trades off. Maybe you end up using this with your Libram of Justice, so you lower their attack to 1, and then maybe you don't want to take too much damage, so you also use the Wave of Apathy. Or maybe your opponent just has a massive board and you end up playing this. You'll take 7 damage at the most, assuming they have 7 minions on the board, and pretty solid, almost like a timeout, right? But just not as great. I think this is another 3-star card. We got Commencement, a 7 mana split between Paladin and Warrior. Summon a minion from your deck, give it Taunt and Divine Shield. Oh, this is kind of like Duel. This fits right into Duel and Big. Oh shit, hold up. Hold up, oh shit, hold up. Oh my god, wait. Ripper Warrior. Ripper Warrior? Oh, who cares about Dual Paladin right now? Ripper Warrior, man. Give it Taunt and Divine Shield. So we could put like Rattlegore. I think it's Rattlegore, right? And that guy who summons things, and we're also going to give it Taunt and Divine Shield. Holy crap. 5 stars, man. Oh my god, this makes Ripper Warrior so much better. What if you can run this with Vargoth? If this pulls Vargoth, Vargoth is going to cast this again. This is dual. Holy shit. Oh, what if this hits Colossus of the Moon? Oh my god. I'm sorry, this is the first time I've seen this and I'm losing my shit. Oh, this is great. Oh my god. Oh, boys. Oh, Ripper Warrior. It's here. It's here. This hits Colossus of the Moon. Even if this hits like an evasive Draconid, you're still giving it Taunt. Or sorry, you're giving it Divine Shield. That's pretty good. Normally you'd be spending 7 mana on that. Anyways, if this hits a Boom Reaver, you're not even mad, dude. You pull the 7/9 Divine Shield Taunt. Pretty insane. Oh boy. Oh boy. I gotta make a tweet. Oh god. Oh my god. Oh, 5 stars, baby. Oh, the meme is alive. Don't let your memes be dreams, alright? Also, Dual Paladin. This is gonna happen for sure as well. A big Dual Paladin. Throw some big fellers in your deck. Throw this. Have Vargoth. Oh god, I'm excited. Oh, this is my favorite card that I've seen so far from this reveal. Okay, Blessing of Authority, a 5 mana card. Give a minion +8/+8. It can't attack heroes this turn. Wait a second. Do we like this? Is this good? So if you're casting this randomly off of like Vargoth or something, it may hit your opponent's thing. Can this work here? I mean, throwing this on a Divine Shield minion that has Taunt or something would be absolutely insane. And there's that one spell that makes a copy of minion, gives it Taunt and Divine Shield, right? Hitting that with the Blessing of Authority, that thing demands respect, man. If that has Divine Shield, Taunt, and +8/+8, you really don't care if it can't attack, because it's a fortress, dude. I think this is 3.5 to 4 stars here. I'll do 3. I'm trying to think of other implications, but I feel like I'm taking too long in this review. Okay, Warrior. Whoa, my god. Reaper's Scythe, 4 mana, 4/2. Spell Burst also damages adjacent minions this turn. So it's got 1 turn of Spell Burst. Interesting. So maybe the turn you equip it, you don't really need that Spell Burst, and you're kind of just waiting for the right moment to activate that Spell Burst. This seems pretty solid. With Corsair Cache, this does have 3 durability. That gives it 1 extra swing of 4 damage. That's a big deal. Greenskin is going to give you, an extra swing of 5. That Doctor Man, who gives it +1/+1, huge. Makes your minions. This is a 4-star card, man. This is great. And the adjacent, the swing, really cool, really fun, really interesting. It makes your opponent have, I guess, positioning sort of requirements, which makes the game a lot more fun, in my opinion. I do enjoy it when they include positioning. So yeah, we already went over these. I love this. Oh my god, I will rate it again. Okay, Athletic Studies. 1 mana, discover a rush minion. Your next one costs 1 less. Pretty good. Rush minions generally strong. You don't want like a Scion, but you get to choose from 3. So what if you get an extra Kargath Blade Fist? That's going to be pretty solid. Getting an extra Restless Mummy. Also being able to play those out a turn earlier. That's 3.5 to 4 stars here, man. Rush minions are really good. I'm going to hit this with the 4. Add 2 random taunt minions to your hand. I don't think this is great. There are a lot of bad taunt minions. Real bad taunt minions. I do want to mess around with this in some sort of taunt warrior running into the fray. And this, I think that's going to be fun. I think the card's kind of trash, though. I'm going to give it a 2. We got Shaman. Molten Blast. 3 mana spell. Deal 2 damage. Summon that many elementals. Or 1/1 elementals. Okay, this can go face. Okay, spell damage rogue. I saw this rune dagger. My god, I nearly... Okay, anyways, Molten Blast. Can go face. You might run this in spell damage. I think you do run this in spell damage. Because you throw it at their face. Alright? If this is 4 damage. Or let's say you play, Mana Reservoir on 2. All right, this is going to be 3 mana, 3 damage, summon 3 1/1s. Those 1/1s may not get removed, and then you get to hit him in the face even more. It's kind of okay. I don't know if I'm actually running this, honestly. It's not bad. I'm not too excited about it. Randomly generating it, I won't feel bad. But I don't think it's that good. I guess I'm probably going to mess around with it in a list, but I'd say this is another 3.5 to 4. So I'm going to give it 3. I'm leaning towards 3 more so. Rune Dagger, 2 mana, 1/3. After your hero attacks, gain spell damage +1. I think this is insane, dude. I almost feel like this is a 5-star card. I'm very biased, okay? I'm sorry, I can't help it. I love Burn Shaman. This strengthens the archetype a lot. This is like Valera's weapon. Wait, is it Valera? What's her name? Varisa. This is Varisa's weapon, but half, right? Also much cheaper, and you can run 2 in your deck. Plus it just does 3 damage on its own. So it's 2 mana, 3 damage, but also gives you spell damage. So you keep that bad boy on 1 durability, and then on the turn you pop off with Burn Shaman, you swing this. Also, if you do this into Molten Blast, hold up, you swing, you got 3 damage off the Molten Blast and an extra 1/1 elemental. Pretty good. I'm leaning 4.5 to 5 stars. I'm gonna go with 4, but this is 100% in my spell Burn Shaman. We got Tidal Wave, 8 mana card, lifesteal, deal 3 damage to all minions. Heals you up, quite nice. 3 damage is not gonna kill that many things late game unless you're playing against tokeny decks. You can improve this with the spell damage. Maybe even run Rune Dagger in a control Shaman, so you can swing, do 4 damage to all minions. Definitely going to heal up. Pretty good. They weren't running it. I don't know. We also have that one card that you need big mana cards. You need expensive spells, 5+ in your hand, in order to get the healing value out of the card, right? So this is pretty good. I think this is a 3-star card, a solid 3-star. I don't know how much more removal Shaman needs. I don't know how much more healing Shaman needs. They're already running Earthquake. They're already running Scheme. It seems a little bit greedy to be running this. So I'm at 2.5 to 3 stars here. All right, Druid. We got Teacher's Pet, a 5 mana 4/5 with Taunt. Death Rattle, summon a random 3 cost beast. Okay, so that one card for for Hunter that pulls 2 beasts that are 5 or less mana, or was it Druid Hunter? I think it was Druid Hunter, right? Yeah, so this is starting to look a little more likely because looking at that Twilight Runner as well. Anyways, getting a random 3-cost beast is generally going to get you a 3/3. We've seen how strong a random 3-cost beast is because we played against so much Mount Seller, and generally you're going to be very happy to get any random 3-cost beast. Sometimes it's going to be Zixor, sometimes it's going to be a Griffin. I guess the Death Rattle makes the rush aspect a little less useful, because maybe this dies on your opponent's turn instead, as opposed to Mount Seller, where you activate it immediately. I'm talking too much about these. This card seems pretty good, though, especially if you pull it from that one spell. I'm going to give this 3 stars. Twilight Runner, 5 mana, 5/5 with stealth. Whenever this attacks, draw 2 cards. This is insane. Lots of draw for Druid. Does Druid really need the draw? Maybe. I don't think so. Not really. Druid cycles pretty heavily, but this card seems very well statted. The fact that it has stealth is pretty nuts. Beast Druid probably gonna have, this seems really good to me. Drawing 2 is insane, and you're likely going to get the draw off because it has stealth. All right, speed it up, Dekkster. Speed it up. Partner assignment, 1 mana, add a random 2-cost and 3-cost beast to your hand. This is good value. I don't know if you actually run this in your deck. It does mean that you play this on 1, you'll have a 2-drop, you have a 3-drop. But I don't know if it warrants running in your list. Discovering this spell, not gonna feel bad. I think this is 3 stars. Okay, Gibberling, 1 mana, 1/1, summon a Gibberling with spell burst. So it summons one that has spell burst still active, and then you can keep spell bursting. So very token oriented. I don't think you have enough spells in your deck to warrant running this. It's cute. I don't think it's going to see any action. I'm gonna give it 1 star. Hunter, wow, this is adorable. 1 mana, 1/1 beast. Wolpertinger. Battlecry, summon a copy of this. Very, very good. Kind of like Alleycat. Alleycat was incredibly strong. It's a 1 mana 2/2 at worst. Plus, you can buff this bad boy up with some things, right? I think this is really good. Hunter has some strong 1-drops, but this is gonna fit right in. Plus, being able to, you know, buff this up a little bit, pretty cool. I think this is actually 5 stars. Bloated Python, a 3 mana 1/2. Death Rattle, summon a 4/4 hapless handler, which is in his belly. Very flavorful. It's a beast. Pretty exciting. If you give this thing rush with that 1 weapon, it's gonna be pretty nice. It's 3 mana, 5/6 in a way worth of stats once this thing does die. Maybe we're gonna see an egg bloated Python Terran Hunter. I think this is solid. I think this is 4 stars. Crowlusk Bark Stripper, 4 mana 3/5 beast, 4 hunter with spellburst. Destroy a random enemy minion. So it's deadly shot on a stick. As a 4 mana 3/5, it's relatively easily dealt with, but you don't feel terrible throwing it down on 4. It has a presence, a soft taunt that demands respect, where your opponent must kill it. Otherwise, whatever they play is probably going to die the next turn. I am envisioning Hunter running a bunch of cheap spells like rapid fire, maybe even arcane shot. There's another spell I saw in the reveal video that's 1 mana. This overwhelm. So pretty solid with the Bark Stripper. A lot of removal. Who needs to run deadly shot when you got it on a body, I guess. Also can be pulled with that 1 spell that's 7 mana. I don't know if we should even consider that. This is a very strong minion though. I think this is going to see a fair amount of play. Do it. Oh, fuck. Okay, 4 stars. 3, 4. Fuck. 3.5. 3.5, okay? 4. Fuck it. Overwhelm. 1 mana. Deal 2 damage to a minion. Deal 1 more damage for each beast you control. At worst, this is 1 mana, 2 damage. That's pretty good. Does have to hit a minion, so arcane shot at worst. But if you are running beast, this seems great. Plus, we're running that venom guy, the poison man. where any spell becomes poison. So I think you're probably going to run this with some beasts in a deck. I think this is fantastic. If you're just, you play this with the Wolpertinger, and all of a sudden it's 1 mana 4 damage, or I guess 2 mana 4 damage. I think this card is going to see a lot of play. There's not too many beasts in current. Actually, no, it's still solid. It's still solid. All right, we got a Carrion Studies. Discover a Death Rattle minion. Next one costs 1 less. Pretty good. Does seem like Hunter's leaning towards this Death Rattle sort of build. So being able to choose one and it costing 1 less seems really, really smart. Do you actually run this in your deck? I guess if you're a Death Rattle deck, you might want to run this. Discounting your next one by 1, like let's say you choose the Teacher's Pet. Didn't we already look at this? Yeah, so you play this on 1, all of a sudden your Teacher's Pet is 4 mana, because your next Death Rattle minion, I would assume, costs 1 less. So let's say you play this on 1, or even on 2, you pull the Teacher's Pet. On 3, you coin out the Teacher's Pet. That's a huge play. That's a massive play. Granted, you didn't do much on 1, 2, or whatever, but pretty solid card. I'm gonna give it 3 stars here. We got Blood Herald, a 5 mana. Wait, we just went over this. Oh no, I don't know if I like the layout of this. Mage, Worm Weaver, 5 mana 3/6, Spellburst, summon 2, 1/3 mana worms. Mana worms are 2 mana cards, and that's you're getting a lot of value for 5 mana. Then I mean you have to play a spell with this, but pulling those mana worms pretty solid, right? I don't know if you actually want to run this though, honestly. If you're playing a spell-based mage with a bunch of cheap spells, are you even running the Worm Weaver? I don't think you run the Worm Weaver. I'm going to give it 3 stars because it does seem playable, but it doesn't seem like we're going to be seeing too much of this, in my opinion. If you get this randomly off of minion generation cards, you're going to be happy, I think. But as far as actually running it in your deck, I don't think so. We got Firebrand, a 3 mana 3/4 with Spellburst, deal 4 damage, randomly split among all enemy minions. Now this seems very good, assuming you get that spell burst off. So if you have a cheap 1 mana spell that you combo with this, it's going to do great. If you don't, it's still a Spider Tank body. And again, if you throw that out on 3, it does demand removal. All spell burst minions kind of demand that removal. Because if they don't respect it, they're going to get punished. I like this one quite a bit more because it also fits in like these burn archetypes where you just want to hit them in the face. Like maybe they have nothing on board. You play this with an Arcane Missiles. Boom, 7 damage to their face. I'm going to give this, I still think it's 3 stars, man. I don't think it's 4. We got Cram Session, 2 mana, draw 1 card, improved by spell damage. That's very good, assuming we're going to run a lot of spell damage cards for Mage. It doesn't seem as strong as Shaman, spell damage mage, from what I've seen. But just having +1 spell damage, maybe have a Thalnos on the board. You're going to draw 2 cards for 2 mana. Very good. If you draw 3 or even more, that is bonkers. So if you are playing a spell damage mage, I think this fits right in. I think this card is 3 stars as well. We got Trick Totem, Shaman, Mage, Split. At the end of your turn, cast a random spell that costs 3 or less. This is 2 mana and 3 health. Normally they're 2 mana, 2 health, 3 mana, 3 health. This is 2 mana, 3 health, and you're always going to get value. It's going to cast a random spell that costs 3 or less. If you love randomness, if you're good at randomness, this card's going to be fantastic. If you suck at randomness, this might be bad. And I believe it's going to cast on a random target. Maybe you're going to end up lava bursting your own totem or lava bursting your face. And also you get overloaded. Like that's not very good. For Mage, I think it might be a little bit better because, well, your spells can still go face. You can't get overloaded, but you know, you could also hit this with a Totemic Reflection. This could be fun. This is going to be great for meme, but as far as consistency, this thing's like a mini Yogg box, and I hate Puzzle Box because I always get screwed by Puzzle Box. Is it selective memory? My experiences with Puzzle Box? Perhaps. I feel like this is just another mediocre card. I think this is 3 stars. Power Word Feast. We're down to the Priest cards. Give a minion +2/+2, restore to full health at the end of this turn. Wow, this is great for doing some nice trading. Maybe you drop your minion to like 1 health, but you don't care because you're going to be back to full health. This seems very good. 2 mana +2/+2. That's kind of like extra arms. right? Well, half of Extra Arms. Extra Arms was great because, well, when it was 2 mana, because it gave you that second part. But this effect is fantastic. It does seem like they're moving towards a buff priest direction, and because of that, I think this is going to be pretty good. I think this is 3.5 to 4 stars, but I'm leaning more towards 4. Also randomly generating this off of that annoying Sethik Veilweaver, it's gonna be good. I think we're gonna see a lot of this actually. Draconic Studies, 1 mana, discover a dragon, your next one costs 1 less. Holy wait, do we like this? That's good, man. It's like a draconic lackey without the body, obviously, but you get to choose a dragon. Dragons are generally very, very strong. I think this is 3.5 to 4. I'm leaning towards 3. Mind Reader, Elusia. 2 mana, 1/3. Battlecry, swap hands and decks with your opponent until your next turn. This will ruin combos. This is great. You love priests because they steal your cards and frustrate you, and this is in that vein of priest, right? That's what you like to do. I think you do play this card. It's a tech card. At the same time, it can kind of hurt you depending on your hand. So maybe you mostly want to play this as combo disruption, and I'm kind of happy a class gets combo disruption aside from Demon Hunter or hand disruption, whatever you want to call it. I think this is a really good card. I think this is 4 stars. We got Raise Dead, 0 mana, Warlock, Priest, Split. Deal 3 damage to your hero. Return 2 friendly minions that died this game to your hand. Don't think you really want this in Priest, honestly. I don't see this getting much action in Priest, but in Warlock, a big Warlock, which I think I'm gonna mess around with. Did we see any big demons for Warlock yet? I haven't seen all the neutrals or all the Warlock cards, but getting Dreadlords back to your hand seems really good. Warlock, I think if there's a big Warlock, like you're gonna play this thing, man. You're gonna play this thing. There's not really a big priest, so I don't see this getting much action in priest. So as a priest card, I feel like it's 2 stars unless I'm missing something. But as Warlock, I feel like it's 3.5 to 4, so I'll smack it with a 3. Wave of Apathy, we already looked at this card. Initiation, 6 mana, deal 4 damage to a minion. If it kills it, summon a new copy. Why is Priest like this, man? I feel like Priest is just always going to be like the most frustrating class because it's kind of cool, but they take your shit and they beat you with it. Which it feels so bad to be beat by your own shit. Do you know what I mean? Does this warrant running in your deck? I'm not really sure, honestly. It's gonna be frustrating when they get this randomly. And generally, I'd say it's worth 2 mana, 2 to 3 mana. We'll say 3 mana to do 4 damage to a minion. I guess that's like a Shadow Bolt. If it kills it, summons a copy, so you're paying almost 3 mana to summon a copy of a minion. So as long as it's a 3/3 3/4 plus, it's decent value. If you're using this to kill a big minion, I guess Grom or Crush, you know, that immediately gets that presence on the board, that initiative, pretty good. I think this is 3.5 to 4 stars. All right, Rogue, Coerce, 3 mana, split with a warrior. Rogue warrior, destroy a damaged minion combo, destroy any minion. What? 3 mana, 3 mana assassinate, but it's a combo. Is this actually good? Is this card good? Do you run this in warrior? Shit, I don't know, man. I don't know if this is actually decent. For the sake of saving time, I'm gonna say this is kind of just meh. I'd rather run Sap and Rogue, and in Warrior, I don't think you actually run this thing. I'm gonna give it 2 stars here. Plagiarize, a secret for Rogue. Cool. At the end of your opponent's turn, add copies of the cards they've played to your hand. Holy crap, this is really good for some mega value late game. Also, the addition of secrets in general strengthens secrets overall because your opponent has to think, oh, what is this? They got extra things to play around. So strengthens secret Rogue as a whole. You're at least getting 1 card for 2 mana, so getting at least 2 cards would be pretty good, or at least just getting high mana cards would be great, right? So similar to, is it Mind Vision, or what's the one where Priest steals 2 cards? I'm gonna say this is like 3 stars. It's not a great secret, but Sometimes you won't feel bad playing it off of like Shadow Jeweler or something like that. Self-Sharpening Sword. 3 mana, 1/4. After your hero attacks, gain 1 attack. Wait, so this would be 1 attack, then it'll be 2 attack, then it'll be 3, and then it'll be a 4. That's 10 damage for 3 mana, right? Am I mathing this wrong? Pretty good. And there are ways to improve the durability of this, right? Running this with Greenskin is actually going to give you a lot of attack, because Greenskin gives it +1, but you also get that extra durability, which gives it another attack. And then running this with that new warrior minion, that chart, this is actually kind of nuts. I think this is 4 stars. It ramps up and gets stronger and stronger. And we also have that one card that summons a minion based on the attack of your weapon. Now, I do think this meta is going to warrant running Oozes or Harrison. So maybe this ends up getting a little wrecked, but I think it is a solid 4-star. Shifty Sophomore, 4 mana, 4/4. Was she just crouching? She's not sitting on anything? It's very shifty. Okay, she has Stealth and Spell Burst. Add a combo card to your hand. Is this even good? I guess in some sort of stealth rogue, it might be solid. You're probably going to get that Spell Burst off. You probably don't even have to play this with the spell on the turn, because it has Stealth. It's probably going to stick around unless it gets Brawled, Flame Striked, or Deadly Shotted or whatever. I think this is 3-star. I don't know if Stealth Rogue is going to want to run this. They're generally pretty aggro. It's a random combo card. Combo cards in general are going to be good, but yeah, we'll go with 3. Oh god, we got to speed it up. It's already 33 minutes. Not even halfway, I don't think. Okay, Volpera Toxin Blade. 3 mana, 3/3. Your weapon has +2 attack. This is good assuming you have a weapon when you play it. So let's say you coin out the sharpened sword. You swing. The next turn it's a 2/3. You play this. It's going to be a 4/3. You're going to swing. Then it'll be a 5/2. And if this manages to stick, and you play that minion that summons something based on your weapon's attack, this could curve quite nicely into that. I think I'm going to mess around with this. I don't think it's a fantastic card, but I do think it's pretty good. Just daggering on 2 into this on 3 is not a bad play, right? Having 3 attack, you're generally going to be able to remove a lot of things. Wait, the more I think about this, the more I like it. Plus, if they don't deal with this afterwards and you play the 4 mana minion that summons something based on your weapon's attack, very important that your weapon has 2 attack and it's not that your hero has 2 attack. I think this is 3.5 to 4 stars. I'll stick it with a 3. 3.5. Cutting Class, 5 mana. That's funny. Rogue Warrior. Draw 2 cards. Cost 1 less attack. 1 less per attack of your weapon. Does Warrior want to run weapons? What other weapons have we seen for Warrior? Let's say you play Imprison Gnarg. You're going to get 3 attack. This is going to be 2 mana, draw 2. You buff it up. 1 mana, draw 2. 2 mana, draw 2 is great. 1 mana, draw 2, insane. 0 mana, draw 2, broken. But 5 mana, draw 2, bad. 4 mana, draw 2, bad. 3 mana, draw 2. It's Arcane Intellect. It's not bad. So you need at least a 2 attack weapon for this to have decent value. A 3 attack weapon is fairly attainable. And imagine this with an Arcanite Reaper. That's 0 mana, draw 2. I'd say there's a 3.5 to 4 as well. I think with Warrior, this might be really cool. Comboing this with your Corsair caches, pulling out those weapons consistently, you're gonna have a decent amount of draws. So I think maybe Quest Warrior. This might make Quest Warrior a bit more viable. Having Questing Adventurer, having this, having the caches, that's a lot of cycle. Yeah, 3.5 to 4 stars here. Demon Companion, I have no idea what the hell this is. I think it, okay, all right. I've actually, okay. It's like Animal Companion at a discount. It'll summon a 1/2 that gives +1 attack to your minions, 2/2 that gives taunt, a 2/1 that has charge. So it's like Animal Companion, but Demon. I mean, that seems pretty good to me. It's half the Animal Companion at 1/3 of the cost. Playing this on 1 just feels amazing. It's a Hunter, Demon Hunter, dual class card. I think this is solid. I think this will see a lot of play. Oh yeah, I'm skimming through some of these cards. It seems like the power level is just insane. Like, I feel like every archetype there is right now is going to be completely shook, man. The meta is going to be completely different, which is fantastic. It's hard to judge the power level of these cards when they don't fit into pre-existing decks, because I think there's going to be a lot of archetypes we've never seen before. All right, 7 mana Fell Guardians, Demon Hunter card, summon 3/1/2 demons with taunt, costs 1 less whenever a friendly minion dies. Does this only get discounted while it's in your hand? That's kind of a big deal. 3/1/2 demons. I mean, the taunt part is nice. Demon Hunter generally doesn't play something defensive, so maybe this could be a 0 mana for 3/1/2s with taunt. That's pretty good. Paying even 4 or 5 mana with it for this is okay. I would say 4 feels all right. 5 feels a little excessive. So 4 and less mana, this is great. 0 mana, obviously fantastic. As far as this getting discounted while it's in your hand or while it's in your deck is very, very important to how good this is, but I don't think you really want to see this played in any Demon Hunter in the current meta, so hard to judge. Is token going to be a thing? I don't know. This would fit in a token though, if it was a token sort of card, sort of archetype rather. I think this is 3 stars. It's pretty expensive and doesn't fit in anything currently. Double jump, 1 mana, draw an outcast card from your deck. Reliably pulling an outcast card, and it's gonna have the outcast activated, right? Pretty solid, but I don't think you actually want to run this card in your deck. Demon Hunter has so much good draw as it is. Do you really want to run this? I don't think you actually want to run this thing. Maybe it's in the pool to dilute the good 1 mana cards that you get from Demon Hunter, like Spellkin and stuff. There's so many good 1-drops. So maybe even no, Demon Companion is pretty good. I feel like this is a 1 or a 2 star. I'm gonna give this a 1 star. Okay, again, I don't play much Demon Hunter. I have a slight bias against Demon Hunter. Vile Fiend Trainer, a 4 mana 5/4 with the outcast. Summon 2 1/1 demons. All right, so it's a 4 mana 5/4 that is sometimes a 4 mana 7/6. 4 mana 7/6, super good. 4 mana 5/4, not too great. How often does the outcast get triggered on this thing? It's pretty expensive. I don't think you actually run this in any of your decks. Again, if there is some sort of token archetype, this could see play. I think this is just a meh card. I'm gonna give it 2. When you do pull off the outcast, it's pretty solid and playable, but I don't think anyone's gonna run it too often. I'll probably mess around with it in a token build if I ever touch Demon Hunter. All right, Blood Herald, a 5 mana 1/1. Whenever a friendly minion dies while this is in your hand, gain +1/+1. Starts as a 1/1. Not good unless at least 5 things have died, maybe. Then becomes a 5 mana 6/6, which is decent stats. If it's a 5 mana 7/7, it's a little better, and obviously this thing can get massive, probably, you know, 10/10 plus very easily. Kind of like a Frostwolf Warlord, I guess, which doesn't really see play. So in a token build could be good. It is Hunter Demon Hunter, so again, a tokeny Demon Hunter might be solid, seeming a little more likely the more we look at these cards. And then for Hunter, I don't know if this really belongs in Hunter. In Quest Hunter, obviously this could be good. If this is in your hand and you play a Swarm of Locusts, you lose 7 things. Is going to be a 5 mana 8/8, which is pretty decent, but I don't think it warrants running this. I don't think this card is going to see that much play. So I think I'm going to give it 2 stars here. Demonic Studies, discover a demon. Your next one costs 1 less. Now I think you're going to run this in a big Warlock sort of deck, because you can hopefully choose a big demon, and it also discounts your next demon. So instead of playing the Dreadlord on 8, you're playing it on 7. Pretty good. You can select a big demon, and there's that one card that summons a demon from your hand. Maybe you can use this to your advantage. Get a big demon, pull that out of your hand. It's also a good way to add big demons into your deck without actually putting them in your deck. And then if you end up playing against an aggro deck, you want a 2-drop, you want a 3-drop, you want a 4-drop. Choose that. So very, very nice. Very nice. I like Demonic Studies. I'm envisioning a big Warlock deck, and I think this is solid. 3.5 to 4 stars. I'll give it with the 3. Raised Dead, I already looked at this. Again, I do think it's stronger in Warlock. Wait, what the hell? There's no other Warlock cards? They already showed them all? Okay, to the neutrals, I guess. Oh, man. 40 minutes already. Oh, God. Sorceress Substitute, a 6 mana 6/6 battlecry. If you have spell damage, summon a copy? Yo, this is nuts. Wait, what? This is 6 mana 12/12, really consistently in the right deck. If you're running it in Shaman with that weapon, yo, this is good. This is sleeper good, man. I don't know what people think about this. I don't know what anyone thinks of any of these cards. Again, it's like my first time seeing them all, but this seems really good to me. I'm gonna give this 4 stars. I'm almost leaning towards 5. Like, in, I guess, yeah, burn Shaman. This fits right in. I'm biased. Again, Mage, maybe it fits somewhere. But with that weapon, swinging or sticking a mana reservoir, or just having the Og Merchant or whatever his name is, the guy who's 1 mana, he deals damage. Sticking something, dealing a damage to it, and, giving it spell damage, and playing this substitute. My God, this is 6 mana, 12/12. Whew. Oh, okay. Mana Feeder, Panthara. 2 mana, 2/3. River Croc. Battlecry. If you use your hero power this turn, draw a card. Do I like this? I guess in worst case it's a River Croc. In best case it's 4 mana. 2/3, draw a card. Do I want a 4 mana 2/3 hero power, draw a card? I'm not really sure I want that. It's decent. I guess if you're really lacking card draw, which sometimes I am, I'm generally gonna put like a loot hoarder. Would I rather run this than a loot hoarder? It's not bad, really. I'm gonna give it 3 stars. It's Croc with upside. Maybe in like the side quest hunter that summons leper gnomes because you want to use your hero power. I don't know. Oh my God, Tour Guide, 1 mana, 1/1. Your next hero power costs 1. Or sorry, costs 0. Oh, this is also good in Demon Hunter, right? It only costs 1 mana for Demon Hunter. Has so many good cards. I don't think you want to run this, and so much card draw. You don't want to run that. Tour Guide, 1 mana, 1/1. Next hero power costs 0. Do we like that? I don't know if we like this, man. It seems pretty bad. Who actually puts this in your deck? I think it's cool in like Paladin that has that new 1 mana card that gives you 1/1s or 1 manas. 2 random 1 mana minions. Like, it's gonna be okay. It doesn't feel bad to play off of random generation. You're saving 1 mana, or I guess you get to play this on 1 and summon a dude. So actually in Paladin, it's kind of like Alley Cat. You get to play this and summon a dude. Or in Shaman, you get to play this and do a totem. So it's a decent 1-drop in certain classes. In Rogue, you get the dagger on 1. I don't think it's actually that good though. I'm leaning 2.5 to 3. Wow, I almost feel like it could be solid. So we'll do 3. Voracious Reader. 2 mana, 1/3. At the end of your turn, draw until you have 3. That's very good in aggro decks or decks that just run out of cards. Certain classes, I feel like this won't be too useful. Like Demon Hunter, maybe. Decks that generally have cards in your hand. Burn Shaman is not going to want this. Any control class is not going to want this. This is strictly aggro that's going to run out of cards. I feel like a Murloc Paladin, this wouldn't be bad. This is actually incredibly good. It's like Jeeves, right? And it's only you. Your opponent doesn't even draw. Jeeves was seeing a lot of play and he was a bit more mana. Yeah, I think this card is just really good. And in certain situations, it's a 2 mana 1/3 that draws 3. That's incredible. Steward of Scrolls, 5 mana 4/4 elemental spell damage +1 battlecry, discover a spell. I don't know how much elemental really helps this guy's case. He's an Azure Drake that discovers a spell instead of drawing a card. He does have that spell damage. I see that, but I honestly think he's a bit too slow for the current meta. With cards being so powerful now, I don't think Azure Drake would even see play. I mean, it is a dragon, so it probably would see play because of all the dragon synergies, but if it didn't have a dragon tag, I don't think it would. Discover a spell could be bad. I'm running Burn Shaman right now with Volpera Scoundrel to discover a spell, and I feel like I'd rather have that than this. If this was a 5/5, I guess that'd probably be busted. 4/5, I think that'd be solid. I think this is just a 3-star card. It's really not bad, but I don't think it warrants being ran in spell damage lists. 3 mana 2/4 Robes of Protection. Your minions can't be targeted by spells or hero powers. Your minions. This is one of your minions, so this can't be targeted as well. So this applies evasive to all your minions. So it's a 2/4 soft taunt in a way. 3 mana 2/4, not bad. Do you actually run this? I don't know if you actually run this. This doesn't seem terrible. 2 to 3. I think it's solid. I feel like in certain decks, an aggro deck where you really don't want your opponent using removal, or is that even good? They're going to use AoE regardless, and you're going to die to AoE. So in a way, it's not fantastic. I'm going to give it 2 stars. We got Plagued Proto Drake, 8 mana 8/8 dragon with Death Rattle, summon a random 7-cost minion. There's a lot of shitty 7-cost minions, right? This is a dragon. This does maybe make it in a big paladin or Ripper Warrior, right? Because it's big. And now it's going to have Divine Shielded Taunt, and it's a dragon. So in Ripper Warrior, this really improves your Molten Breath viability. Summoning a random 7 cost. I would have to look at the average stats of a 7 cost, but I think this is good. I think this is good. Probably like an 8 mana 13/13 on average, maybe, but has a bit of AoE insurance, right? If your opponent does a Twisting Nether, you're still gonna have a minion on the board. So pretty good. I like this. 3.5 to 4 stars. I think I'm gonna give it 3. I was looking for a thick neutral boy, and this might work. This might do the trick for me here. Crimson Hothead, 4 mana 3/6 dragon. Spellburst gain +1 attack and taunt. So 4 mana 3/6 usually. A dragon, pretty good. Spellburst gain 1 attack and taunt. So 4 mana 4/7 with taunt. It's very good. That's very nice. RIP Tazdingo, man. This is good. Great? No, this is pretty good. I think sometimes I'm often building a deck. I want it to have dragon synergies, and I just don't have a nice mid-range dragon, you know, so this will be fine. I don't want to run Twilight Drake all the time. So I think this is another solid 3 stars. Desk Imp, 0 mana 1/1 demon. Who runs this? Do you run this in Zulok because you could buff it up with Imp? I don't think you do, man. 0 mana 3/3 in certain scenarios. It almost just dilutes the demon pool. Getting random demons, you're gonna get this. I'm worried it could be broken because it is a 0 mana card and I'm not thinking of something. I guess duplicating your smallest demon, that 1 card, it gives you 0 mana for 4/4 with the stats. So I guess 1 mana for 4/4 with the stats. So it's pretty decent there. I'm gonna give it 3 stars. I feel like it's 2.5 to 3. Lake Thresher, 5 mana 4/6 beast. Oh, it's got cleave. Also damages minions next to whomever this attacks. It's actually quite good. Oh, with the new card that pulls beasts that rush, this is good. That becomes some AoE for Druid, right? Or is it Hunter? Again, I think it was dual class. No, wait, it might have been a Hunter card. Anyways, AoE for Hunter, man. That's not a thing. So this is decent. Do you actually run it? I don't know. I'm going to mess around with this if I do try one of those decks that pulls 5 cost minions. Pulling this randomly, pretty solid. Beast tag really strengthens it quite a bit. 2.5 to 3 stars. I'll give it the 3. Divine Rager, 4 mana 5/1 elemental with Divine Shield. Probably the best Rager we've seen. The Divine Shield makes it fairly resilient, semi-difficult to remove. I still give it a 2 star. You do have to hit it with 2 minions, man. That might be annoying. Enchanted Cauldron. My god, how many more do I have? Okay, we're almost there. Enchanted Cauldron, 3 mana 1/6 spellburst. Cast a random spell of the same cost. I think that's bad. It's fun and random, but it's bad, not viable. Fishy Flyer, 4 mana 4 Murloc. Rush Murloc. Holy crap. Death Rattle, add a 4/3 ghost with rush to your hand. I'm gonna assume the ghost is not a Murloc. Do we know? I don't think we know. But the ghost still has rush. This is really good for Murloc. Murloc often doesn't have initiative like this. I'm gonna assume the 4/3 ghost is also 4 mana. It's nice to randomly generate off of Murlocs, and it almost damages Murlocs in a way because of Fish Flinger. If your Fish Flinger gives your opponent a Fishy Flyer, that could really screw you over. But also good within Murloc itself, a relatively high health amount for a Murloc, and it has Rush, and it's kind of pseudo card generation. I'd say this is 3 stars. Intrepid, Initiate, 1 mana 1/2. Spellburst gain +2 attack. And I believe that is permanent. Looks like Phoenix. 1 mana 1/2. 1 mana 3/2. Kind of. I don't think you actually want to run this card. I feel like there's got to be a deck where this kind of fits in quite nice. Card running a lot of cheap spells like Mage, like some sort of aggro Mage maybe. Doesn't seem great to me. I'm going to give it 3 stars. 2.5 to 3 is what I'm feeling. Fuck it, we'll give it 2. Okay, Ogre Mancer, 5 mana 3/7. Whenever your opponent casts a spell, summon a 2/2 skeleton with taunt. That's gonna be really frustrating against anything that's running spells, I guess, especially if they're small spells. I don't think this is great though. I'm gonna give it 2 stars, almost 1 star. Smug Senior, 6 mana 5/7 taunt with Death Rattle. Add a 5/7 ghost with taunt to your hand. Assuming that ghost is also a 6 mana 5/7 with taunts. This is kind of maybe a buff to like evolve or power creation. You won't feel bad getting this off of power creation. Often you're just like, oh, I need this, give me a taunt, give me a taunt, give me a taunt, and it sometimes doesn't. So getting that Smug Senior without the Death Rattle 6 mana 5/7 in your hand, it doesn't feel great at all. It really doesn't. I think this is like two stars here. Sneaky Delinquent, 2 mana, 3/1 stealth with the death rattle. Add a 3/1 ghost with stealth to your hand. That's a lot of damage because you've seen these 1 mana 3/1s, right? And they're really difficult to deal with and generally connect to your face for 3 damage or get a really sick trade for 3 damage. I think this does go in stealth rogue because it's aggressive and it gives you 2 stealth minions, which increase the consistency of you having stealth. So I think this is a solid card. I'm gonna give it 3. What the hell is this? Oh, these are the demon companions. Koltek. Yeah, okay. And Shima. Wow, that's almost Shuma, but Shuma's way cooler, right? Okay, yeah, that seems like it's about it. If you guys enjoyed this, I'm sorry this didn't go too in detail. I'm also sorry it's like 50 minutes long. I was trying to make it short. Again, this was my first time seeing a lot of these cards, so you kind of got my genuine reaction instead of an in-depth sort of insight where I review every single card and possible synergy. So I hope that's all right. Yeah, really excited about the expansion. I think it's gonna be really, really cool. I do almost feel like this is Hearthstone 2 in a way because it's gonna completely change, I think, every archetype. One thing I didn't like too much about Ashes of Outland was there weren't too many new archetypes. I mean, obviously they added Demon Hunter and that was nuts, but the Demon Hunter deck kind of stayed the same and changed slightly. So they added like a new deck, but it's like there's still a lot of Highlander Hunter, Highlander Mage, still a lot of Galakron Rogue, and Galakron Rogue has been the rogue deck for like, God, almost a year now, like 9 months maybe. So I'm going to be very happy to see some new archetypes here. Hopefully all the old archetypes are dead because I want some fresh stuff, some fresh meta, man. And I think we're gonna get it. I think we're gonna get it. So thanks for watching. Good luck on ladder and stay hydrated.